so I'm really sorry about that. But I can only film at night time at the moment, but I am planning on filming in the day very soon. So hopefully some brighter content. But I'll get into that. Then the other thing I wanted to say was I'm very much inspired to do this by ASMR Fleur. Fleur. I'm sure you all know who she is. I love her so much. She's amazing. And she started, well, she used to do Girl Talk, and I love that series. And then she started a new series called The Cozy Club. The Cozy Club. The Cozy Club. And it's basically like a sit down armchair style, just casual talking. A much better setup than what I've got going on. I'm actually really slumped and I feel like I should sit up. Give me 1 second. Okay, I don't think I've changed at all. I feel like I'm still slouching, but that's okay. But I love Fleur, and I really love the idea of that video. I will link it below. Please watch it if you haven't, because it's so nice to listen to. And she just talks about like her time over Christmas and what she did and just her thoughts on things. I think she's going to invite people on in the future. I think she's also taking like submissions, like people can message her things they want to talk about, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I'm greatly inspired and I want you to watch her video because she's amazing. And yeah, what do I want to talk about? I basically just want to go through some thoughts on things that have been happening in my life. Just talk about stuff, give you a little life update. So what's the main thing? My son, my oldest son, started preschool, which is crazy to me. He's 2.5. I was 22 when I had him. I'm 25 now. I'll be 26 this year in September. And I feel like time is just going super fast. Like, since having a child, time's just, like, I base everything around my children's ages and, like, what they're doing. I forget that I'm also aging at the same time. So it's a really weird feeling. But sending him to preschool was just so strange because, like, he's just a baby to me. And he was also, my son is non-verbal currently. I say currently because, you know, I still have hope that he will talk eventually. But at the moment, he's not talking. So he's going to school. Hopefully that will help him a little bit to be around other son's at school a few hours a week. If I'm able to, I'd like to film a few videos in the daytime, because I used to do that when I started my channel, but I don't really have a chance to anymore because my youngest doesn't sleep in the day. He just does not nap. I don't know why. He sleeps well at night. He does wake up a lot, but he does sleep all night, pretty much. But in the day, he's just like so interested in what we're doing, he just will not sleep, so I can't film. But I want to. Now that the weather is improving, I could get Harry to take him down to the park and then I could film. And I do apologise that there's no like schedule with my uploads. I wish I could, but unfortunately I wish that I could say, you know, every Wednesday and Sunday or something, but I cannot guarantee that I'm able to film, so it's really difficult for me. Maybe in the future I might be able to set up like a schedule, but for now I can't really. But that's okay, I know you guys don't mind. I've actually been on like a major reading kick at the moment. I feel like I've talked about a couple of the books recently. I read, if you follow my Goodreads, I update it. I'm really into updating it now, so please follow me, add me, I'll link it below. But I did read, I think it was Night Watching, I think that was what it was called, where there was like an intruder in the house and she's like hiding with her children, and it was quite scary. Like, it had me on edge. There were certain points where I was just terrified and genuinely thought I could hear someone in my house. Turns out my mum, who I live with, by the way, sleep talks, and she sounds like a man when she sleep talks, and she now records herself because I told her that she sounds like a man, and I genuinely thought there was a man in the house. So she now records herself, and we listen to it every day because she says some really weird things in her sleep. But that book made me terrified that there was someone going to break into the house. And so I did like elements of it, but there's like, I won't give anything away in case you want to read it, but there was like a point in the book which I felt like just went on too long and I didn't really care. I wanted it to be more scary. Like, if I'm reading a scary book, I want to be scared. I want that, you know, fear for, I feel like more could have happened. I think I rated it a 3. I think. So I was like, it was okay, but like, it was okay. Because it did scare me. Elements of it were scary. And yeah, if you like, I guess if you like scary stuff, it's okay. What did I read after that? I read So Thrilled for You. Again, I think that's what it's called. I'm so bad with remembering the names. I know it's by Holly Bourne. And I loved that book. Oh, I talked about that book in my January favourites, but I hadn't finished it. I think I was like part way through, and I said that I would let you guys know, and I am going to. I will do a full video on like the books I've read recently. So I don't want to give too much away, but that was a really, really good book, especially as someone who's had children recently. Like, unreal. I felt like I was reading exactly what it feels like to have children, and the difficult side to it, you know, which isn't talked about enough, I think. But it was also really funny and like genuine friendship, and yeah, I really loved that book. Alice Feeney, which where am I? Let's see. I'm on page. Come on. Okay, this is, page 64. So how far into it? I'm 23%, so not far, but this book was released on I think the 30th of January, so just a few days ago. I'm gonna put that back. And I love Alice Feeney so much. I have talked about her many times because I read Rock, Paper, Scissors a while ago, and it's like one of the best books I've ever read. I've also read Sometimes I Lie, which was really good as well, but Rock, Paper, Scissors was definitely my favourite. And then I found out she was releasing a new one, and I just had to have it. And I love it straight away. It's basically about this husband and wife, and the wife, I don't know much about it yet, but I know the wife goes missing, and like a year later the husband, he's a writer, and he goes to Scotland to try and write another book, clear his mind, because he has no idea what happened to his wife. And there's in the back of the book, it says something like, wives think their husbands will change but they don't, husbands think their wives will never change but they do, or something like that. And I love that. And yeah, it's like, obviously there's always loads going on that you will never guess with Alice Feeney. Like, she just writes in a way that's like so easy to follow, but I can never guess where it's going. She's just a genius. I swear by her books, I really do. I will make a proper book video, where I talk about that book once I finished it. And I think afterwards I might read the new one that I bought. I think it's called The Berry Pickers. And it sounds a lot like Where the Crawdads Sing. Like that kind of... Not that I read that, that's on my TBR list. Please don't judge me, I bought it when it first came out, and that was so long ago. There's been a movie, and I've still not seen it. A movie with, I think Harris Dickinson? He's in it, and I love him. Because he's in that new Baby Girl film with Nicole Kidman, and I really want to watch that. My sister says it's kind of weird, but I want to see it. I love him. He was in Iron Claw, which was brilliant. I'm gonna get onto the topic of movies and TV shows now, so let's get comfortable for that. I talked about Sweet Pea in my January favourites because it was such a good show. I'll watch that video where I talk about that. I think I've talked about Rivals as well. I loved Rivals. That was a great TV show, and Declan O'Hara has my entire heart. I love that man. I love his moustache. I watched Wicked with my mum because we went to see the stage show in Bristol, and we loved it so much. I saw it when I was a kid in London. I was 10 or 11, I think. I went with my school, and I remember it was because it was the first theatre show production that I'd ever seen, and I fell in love with the theatre that day. I remember being on the edge of my seat, just in awe of the performances, but I couldn't remember anything about it. I just knew I loved it. And then me and my mum, I got her tickets for Christmas, not last Christmas, was Christmas before, and we went to see it when I was pregnant. So that was fun, because that was a very uncomfortable few hours for me. But she had never seen Wicked. She didn't know what it was about or anything, but she loved the music. She used to listen to it all the time, so I bought her tickets and we watched it. Loved it. It was incredible. And then we knew that we would watch the movie together, but we couldn't go to the cinema together, so we bought it a few weeks ago. And we were both just in tears, bawling at the ending. Obviously it's going to be a part 2, and I can only remember like elements of the part 2. Like, I don't really remember it. I know that they're going to write some original songs, because I feel like they did all the songs in part 1. But I have to say, I loved it. I really did. I think Ariana Grande was hilarious, like as Glinda. I think she was really funny, which is no surprise, because anyone that grew up watching her in Victorious knows she has a good sense of humour. You know, she's talented in more ways than one. And I love Jonathan Bailey. Love him. Adore him. I think I first saw him in Bridgerton. And that season 2 of Bridgerton, I still think about it. Like, that love story with him and Kate is just perfect. We'll move on from movies and TV shows for a second. And what else? I feel really inspired at the moment to do more. Harry's actually got a new job, and he's going to be like working more, and so I won't be seeing him as often during the week. For those of you that don't know, I had a baby 8 months ago, and I'm still on maternity leave, and I don't really want to go back to work, but I might have to. That's a whole different topic for another day. But I will be at home, you know, a lot, and I just feel, because he's like doing this new thing, I want to do a new thing. And you know, I know that my time is taken up by my children pretty much all the time. And then in my spare time, I make videos. I read. I sometimes colour, but I haven't done that for a few weeks. I'm trying to watch films that I've always wanted to watch. I watched Interstellar. That was one that I watched. I cried. And I wish I understood it more. I did, like, the concept is great, but like the physics and the like space